Hey guys, welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, you guys were able to pick my makeup over on Instagram. If you are not following me, it's just KBellaBeauty over on Instagram. I made a post on my community tab also that I was gonna do Instagram picks my makeup. And what I did is I picked 4 different options for several categories and you guys got to vote. So today I am going to use those products on my face. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the KBella fam. Why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. If you follow me over on Instagram, you may have noticed that I didn't have absolutely every category. Like my brows are already done. I just use the same brow products, concealers. I don't have very many primers. I use the same 2 every day. So I just picked out products that I had multiple of, and the rest of the items that I'm using, they'll all be listed down below also. But if you're like, hey, why didn't we get to vote on primer? That is why. Now I have the results here and I will pop them up on the screen, but we are going to be starting with foundation. I chose 4 foundations, the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, NARS Light Reflecting Armani Luminous Silk, and the Hourglass Skin Tint. For a while, the NARS and the Hourglass were tied. And I even took a picture of it and posted it on my Instagram page. And at the time, it wasn't tied like 2 votes and 2 votes. I think it was like 12 votes and 12 votes, like 12 for the NARS, 12 for the Hourglass. So like several people had voted and they were tied. And I was like, guys, what am I supposed to do? Like mix them? But we do have a winner. The winner is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I am in the shade L4 DeVille. This one by 37%, the Hourglass Skin Tint, ended up being 32%. And if you are interested in seeing the Hourglass Skin Tint in action, I do have a video where I did like a first impression and a wear test, and you can see how that looks against my skin. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I'm in the shade 3 in the Hourglass. But again, go watch my video and you'll be able to see I talk about everything in depth there. But I was like, you know, I tried to pick a couple foundations that were newer and a couple that maybe weren't so new or that had been around the block for a while. The NARS, I really like the NARS foundation. I just have been reaching for other things lately. I do typically like NARS foundations, and I'm really into the light reflecting foundation because I do have dry skin. But I don't know, I've really been reaching for like my Patrick Ta cream foundation, and I also just repurchased like my Armani Luminous Silk. I was wearing the Pat McGrath foundation a lot because it was in my project pan. So I have to say, I was glad to see that y'all wanted to see an old faithful back in action. Okay, so typically, and don't ask me why, I don't know, I don't have a reason. Typically I do my whole face and then I go in with my eyes, but the eyeshadow palette, that one, does give me a little bit of fallout. So we're just going to pause with the foundation like it is. We're gonna go in with the eyeshadow and then we'll do concealer and powder and the works and finish up the face that way. So for eyeshadow palettes, the 4 categories that I gave you was the Unearthly times Heather Austin Resurgence palette, the Sigma Angela Bright palette, the Nomad OK Bingo Safari palette, and the Unearthly Don't Be Jelly. And this one went back and forth a little bit too, but winning at 38% is the Nomad OK Bingo Safari palette. So the Unearthly Resurgence was 25, Sigma Angela Bright 20, Unearthly Don't Be Jelly 18. The Nomad palette won out, so we are going to go ahead and do a little neutral look here. I am excited because I did create 3 looks with this and I'll have it linked down below if you want to go ahead and check those out. But I haven't really played with this much since. So I'm super excited to play with it today. I think what we're gonna do is start with this like mustardy shade right here in Moremi Game Reserve. And I'm just going to put this all over the crease. I'm using my 202 by BK Beauty, and I'm not trying to be neat with this. I'm just kind of plopping it in, and because I do have small hooded eyes, I'm concentrating the product where like my eye socket is, but then I am blending upward a little bit to get a nice seamless blend. I did just turn the brightness down a touch. I felt super bright, but I'm gonna take my Sigma E40 tapered blending and we're gonna go in with the lightest shade right here in Towering Giraffes. And I'm just going to use this to kind of blend right above that first shade. And you can't really see too much of the Towering Giraffes shade, which is fine, but it's going to help blend the Moremi Game Reserve so that I don't have any harsh lines, which is what I'm looking for. We're gonna do a pretty basic look today. I don't have anything fun and exciting going on, just swim class for my daughter, that's it. Then I'm going to go in with my BK211. Is this the one that I want? It's fluffy. We'll start here, BK211, and I want to take this shade right here, which is in Crash of Rhinos. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, and it seems like I am, these deeper matte shades aren't really all that deep. I feel like I remember saying that when I used this palette in the 3 looks videos. You kind of have to build up, pack the color on. I'm gonna use a dense brush in a minute. The fluffy brush will kind of help to diffuse the eyeshadow shade a little bit, but these ones just don't really pack a punch like some other mattes in my collection. Then I'm gonna go in with a brush that will pack a punch. It's the BK207. It's domed and it's more dense, and I want to take this shade right here, which is in Honking Hippos, and I'm just going to press this right here in that outer corner, and then I'll go in with the brush I was just using to blend it out, but I just want to pat for some depth in the inner corner. This is that 211 brush, but no extra product, and I'm just going to kind of go around the edges a bit. Just really the outer edges. I don't care if that inner part isn't blended because we're about to put a shimmer over it anyway. I just like a nice clean blend on the outer edge there. So then I'm going to take my BK203 and we are going to go into this shade right here, which is Keystone Termites. And I'm going to spray my brush with Fix Plus, and we're going to put that all over the lid. I don't think I used this shade. I'm pretty sure I did not use this shade in my 3 looks. I was trying not to replicate the looks I created. I think I used the Nile Crocodile one instead for the green look, but this is more of like an olivey green shade. So I'm going to use my brush first to put it on there, but I find that these shades pick up better with a finger. I like this shade because it's almost like giving me old gold vibes, you know what I mean? Like a dirty gold. It's not. Okay, my camera battery died, but that's okay. All I did was make sure each of my eyes had that shimmer shade on the lid. Then I went ahead and did my concealer, but we didn't vote on concealer, so I just used my tried and true. Next up, we're gonna move into bronzer. Now, if you know me, you know that I am not a fan of cream bronzers. I have a couple, I want to love them, I just don't. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 cream bronzer options in there and 2 powder bronzer options. So we had the Rare Beauty cream, the NARS Laguna cream, and then for my powder options, we had Sigma Matte and Charlotte Tilbury Matte. And I guess you guys just wanted to torture me because you gave me a cream bronzer. The Rare Beauty cream bronzer, 42% of you wanted me to use this bronzer today. That's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right on my cheekbones. I'm just kidding. I don't think you guys want to torture me. I think that cream bronzers are all the rage right now. This is my e.l.f. stipple brush. I don't know what I used this for last. Hopefully it's not that dirty. But I do know that a lot of people really enjoy this cream bronzer and cream bronzers in general. I just can't get into them. It feels like extra work for me. I typically do go in with a powder bronzer after, but I'm going to resist today because y'all were choosing my makeup. I wasn't doing it myself. So we're just gonna see how it looks with just the Rare Beauty and then the blush that y'all voted on. But while I'm blending this out, I did another poll on my Instagram, and I will post the results as I'm talking because they will have already happened by the time I'm going to edit this video. The poll will already be over. But I have 2 French bulldogs, a girl and a boy. My girl Royce is 6. She is fawn with a black mask, so she's tan and black. And then I have a brindle boy, Maverick, who was rehomed. We got him from a rehoming situation. I, to be fair, think he's a French Bulldog Boston Terrier mix, but I was told that he was picked up from a breeder and that he was French Bulldog. Doesn't matter. Anyway, he's black and brindle. You'll see them in pictures when I post them. So my best friend from college, Kaylin, she's not a dog person. I am a dog person, always have been, right? So Kaylin came to visit for my daughter's birthday, and we were talking about my dogs, and she likes them well enough. You know, she's always pets my dogs and like talks to them. Like, she likes them well enough. She just isn't a dog person and doesn't like want a dog for herself, you know? So we're talking about my dogs, and I must have said something about them being so cute. And she was like, but you know they're not cute, right? And I was like, no, they are very cute. She was like, Kelly, you're not telling me that you actually think that these dogs are cute. Like, you're kidding, right? And I was like, no, I literally think they're cute. Like, they're so cute. You don't think they are? And she was like, Kelly, your dogs are so ugly. Like, they're ugly cute. And I was like, no, they're cute. So I took a poll. I took a poll on my Instagram. I posted a couple pictures of my dogs. I don't have a ton of them together, so I tried to find 2 pictures where you could see their face. I feel like I have them separately and I have them like laying on me and stuff, so I tried to find pictures of their faces, and I posted a couple. And I took a poll to see whether you guys thought they were cute, thought they were ugly, or thought they were so ugly that they were cute. I know that bulldogs, they have smushy faces, and I know that they're kind of an acquired taste, but I do really think they're cute. I don't think that they're ugly. But it was funny because then my husband was like, no, the dogs are ugly. And then I asked some coworkers and they were like, no, I mean, like, your dogs are ugly. But I think they're so cute. Okay, let's move on to powder. I only had 3 powder options: the Sigma Soft Focus, the Givenchy Prism Libre, and the ColourPop No Filter, winning at 69%. This one was by a landslide. Y'all wanted to see the Givenchy Prism Libre. So what I typically do, because it's 4-in-1, is I just kind of put some in the cap. You don't have to do very much, although maybe you do, because this time it didn't really do much. So I'm gonna get a little shake and get some. Now we have a lot in here, a lot of product. I'm just gonna kind of zhuzh it around to mix together. And then what I do is I'm gonna make sure that I have this all pressed in. I'm just gonna take my sponge, and first I'm gonna dip it in here to get some on the back, but there's a lot. So then I take it in the cap and kind of press it out a little bit. Still a lot, but some comes off. And I'm just gonna put this right underneath the eyes and then down into the smile lines. I do have dry skin, so I don't typically powder my whole face. I'm just pressing into the cap again. This time I'm gonna start on the opposite side, but I do, especially with creams, wanna make sure that everything is staying put. Tapping in again, going into the cap again, and then I am going to set my forehead also. I did film a speed reviews. I don't know if that's going to be up before or after this, but if you want to hear my thoughts on this powder, check out the speed reviews, because I did talk about that powder in my speed reviews. I do have this shade, in case you're wondering. Ooh, powder goes everywhere every time I close it. The shade 3 Voila Rosé, I think is how you say it. Now we're gonna move into blush. For blush, you had 4 options: Benefit Peachin', Sigma Cor de Rosa Cream, threw a cream in there, Dior Pink, and Patrick Ta Blushing, which is cream and powder. And I was surprised by this one. I don't know why I was surprised, but y'all voted for the Patrick Ta in the shade Blushing. 40% wanted to see this. So we are going to use the cream and the powder, but Patrick Ta says to go in with the powder first. So let me get my brush. Okay, I'm using a brush that I don't typically use for blush. It's my BK Beauty 104, but it's nice and fluffy, and this is super pigmented. So I'm just going to lightly tap into the powder, and I'm even going to tap some off. And we're just gonna press out here first. I wanted to use this really fluffy brush because the one that I normally use is my Sigma Angle Contour, and that one's a little bit more dense, and this blush is just so pigmented, which I love. But then you can go a little heavy-handed, or I can go a little heavy-handed. So that is what it looks like right here. I'm just tapping a little bit more on the outer part of my face. Do I have my highlighter? Yes, I do. For a second I looked down and I was like, wait, what's my highlighter? I tried to get all of my products first. So here we go. This is with the powder. Then for the cream, I'll do this side and then I'll go and do the other side. For the cream, I'm actually going to go into my sponge. Maybe I want to use this side. I'm gonna go in to my sponge and just get some of the product and just kind of tap it on top, but keep it back here a little bit because it does give you a little bit more of like a glossy look, and I feel like that'll help. We are gonna go in with a highlight, but that'll help to look very highlighted and glowy. Blush, no blush. Let's do the other cheek. Okay, my daughter just woke up and she is in a mood, let me tell you. Okay, so next up for highlighter, we had the Unearthly Heather Austin Resurgence Highlighter Duo, Sigma Twilight, the Ofra Samantha March Dream Chaser Highlighter, or Pat McGrath a Lunar Allure Highlighter. And out of those 4, y'all chose Mama Pat, 38% of you. It was closely followed by the Unearthly Heather Austin, 35% of you wanted that one, but majority went with Lunar Allure here. So we are going to take my tapered highlighter F35 by Sigma, and I'm just going to get some on the brush. That feels like a lot, but this highlighter is not too overboard, so that's okay. Some of the Pat McGrath highlighters I find to be chunky and kind of glittery, and I'm not a fan of that, but I actually do like the Lunar Allure because this one has just more of like a glowy sheen, and it's not so much glittery, and I do not want like a stripe of glitter on my face. I'm just not a huge glitter fan. So there is the highlighter there, and we need to finish out the eyes before we go in with the lip combo. So I am going to get a Sigma pencil brush. All of my brushes are dirty. I need to wash them. And what am I gonna go in with? Maybe I'm gonna mix these two that I put in the crease. So I'm gonna tap into More Meat Game Reserve and tap into Towering Giraffes and just run that right underneath the lower lash line. I'm using the same brush, and I am going to tap just a tiny bit into the deepest shade that we used, Honking Hippos, and I'm just gonna focus this, got a little bit too much there, on the outer corner of the eye and try and blend it out just because I like to match the top and bottom. So the lightest shade in here for a shimmer for the inner corner is this one in Migrating Zebras, but it's actually a silver shade, so I don't want to put that on my inner corner. I think what I'm going to do is go into my Sigma Angela Bright palette. I just had it right here because I always set my eyeshadow primer and I used her Bare shade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into that Bright shade and my pinky and use Bright and pop that right there on the inner corner to brighten things up. Don't worry, I am gonna put mascara on. Don't mind my hair also, it's crazy, but I'm gonna do the lip combo first, then I'm gonna go do my mascara off camera really quickly. So, okay, I let y'all pick between Lunar Beauty Milk Tea and Icon Lipstick or the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner with Unearthly Kalina Liquid Lip, or ColourPop Oh Snap Lippy Pencil and Lippy Stick, or the Anastasia Beverly Hills Raisin Lip Liner with Alter Ego's Liquid Lipstick in Vanity. And it was pretty close between the Lunar Beauty and the ColourPop, but with 33% Lunar Beauty won. So I'm going in with this lip liner that clearly needs to be sharpened in Milk Tea. It's a deeper nude. I can't really talk that well doing lip liner. Some people can like have full-on conversations. Not me. So there's Milk Tea. I need to sharpen it. And the Lunar Beauty lipstick right here in Icon. So pretty. So this is what the two products look like on their own. I would totally wear it like this. I love a more matte lip, but just to throw one more category in there, I threw lip gloss, and I had the Unearthly Heather Austin Omen Gloss, Huda Beauty, the Silk Balm, Lunar Beauty Moon, and a Lawless Gloss. And y'all must have been like really thinking about your votes here. You really wanted me to have a cohesive look, so thank you very much, because winning with 39% was the Lunar Beauty Moon Lip Gloss. So that is going to go perfect with this look here, nude on nude. Imagine that. Okay, so here is the finished look. Let me know what y'all think of this look down below. I think it turned out great. You know, I've done this another time where I did like Instagram picks my makeup, and I kind of try to pick things that are like opposites, and you know, it worked out in my favor this time. Y'all picked a neutral eyeshadow palette for me. You picked a neutral nude lip for me. The only thing is y'all were picking the cream products, okay? I saw what you did there. You were picking the cream products, but we made it work, and I think this is a beautiful look. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. I always like to see the look from a distance too, so this is what it's looking like. Thank you guys so much if you participated. Even if you didn't participate but you're watching this video now, thank you so much for watching this video now. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to have y'all pick my makeup. I hope you think that it's fun too. I know you guys also said you wanted a palette bingo, so that will be coming pretty soon, but this was easy for me to throw together. I'm getting ready to go back to work, so I have had tons of uploads for the month of July. I've done really great with that, but unfortunately as a teacher, I am going back to work next week, August 2nd, my son's first birthday, and then the uploads are gonna slow down again. I will try my best to get 3 up a week. Otherwise, for a while, it may be 2, but I have enjoyed uploading and watching the videos. It seems like y'all have enjoyed it, so thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to vote down below on whether you think my dogs are cute, are they ugly, or are they so ugly that they're cute? Okay, because I need to settle this debate with Kaylin. I think they're just cute. She thinks they're ugly. Let me know. That's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.